A year ago, I uploaded a couple of weird videos revolving around spreadsheets and stats. My video where I made a formula to find the best and worst RuneScape skills, and a video where I tracked all my grain exchange offers for 20 days. You can find those below. In the comments of those videos, you said you wanted to see more videos where I show stats and information. I've had a goal in this game for over a decade that I still haven't completed. At this point, it's become pretty much a prophecy that I've been trying to fulfill. Back in the day, I thought 3rd Age armor was the coolest armor in the game. It had a certain prestige to it that I wanted to associate myself with. So in 2010, when I made this YouTube channel, I based the channel name off 3rd Age, and there began the legacy of 3rd Age film. Now, I've since retired the name, but the prophecy around it is still something that haunts me. I've yet to fulfill it. I've played this game for over 13 years. I've done thousands of clue scrolls. I've made dozens of YouTube videos based around doing clue scrolls, but I still haven't managed to get myself a piece of 3rd Age. And until that day comes, the prophecy will always be in the back of my mind. Luckily, clue scrolls are probably some of my favorite content in the game. I love doing them. The excitement before opening a casket is addicting, not knowing whether you'll increase your bank by millions or maybe only by a few pennies. That's why for today's video, I bought 5,000 Implings on the Grand Exchange, 500 of each one that I'm able to buy. I opened them, and I tracked pretty much everything. Today's video is brought to you by ExpressVPN. People are stuck at home and are online nowadays more than ever, which is why having a VPN is incredibly beneficial. ExpressVPN reroutes your connection to help you expand your entertainment selection by giving you access to thousands of shows and movies on dozens of different platforms. It also helps keep your information private and secure. I've recently been using it to watch The Office, which recently got taken off of US Netflix. But by switching my server on ExpressVPN to the UK, where it's still available, I'm able to watch it here in the US with no problems. ExpressVPN gives you unrestricted access to all parts of the internet. It also protects against nasty things like hackers, scammers, and even your own ISP. A VPN helps you by encrypting your internet connection. The encrypted connection goes through a secure tunnel between your device and the internet. That way, the only person who can see what you're doing is you. No one else. And ExpressVPN does this to the highest standard possible. ExpressVPN has the fastest speeds of any VPN provider, they have 24/7 customer support, and are constantly rated as the top VPN provider. Find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description box below, expressvpn.com/soup. Make sure to take advantage. For those of you who might not know, Implings are the absolute fastest way in the game to get clue scrolls. Just need to buy some, open them, and hope you get lucky. Kind of like a CSGO case opening. You're most likely going to lose money, but there is a chance you can make some, and that is very addicting. You may also be wondering why I'm buying Implings that give clue scrolls that don't give you 3rd Age. Why not only focus on the Implings that give hard and elite clues? Well, every clue scroll, other than beginner, has a chance to give you a master clue. The lowest tier Impling in the game, a baby Impling, has a 1 in 100 chance at giving you an easy clue, and that easy clue has a 1 in 50 chance at giving you a master clue. So I could technically get 3rd Age by opening baby Implings, although a bit indirectly. So here's how it broke down. I spent 166,190,219 GP on 5,000 Implings. Now what Impling do you think cost the most? What's that massive bar on the right? If you thought it was Dragon Implings, you're wrong. It's actually it's Dragon, you're right. Let's go through how much loot I received in return. I spent 845,000 GP on 500 baby Implings, and I received 258k in return, the most expensive loot being 47 raw anchovies. So I made back 31% of the money I spent. Young Implings cost me 1.262 million, and I made back 292k for a return of 23%, the most expensive item being 47 meat pizzas. Gourmet Implings cost me 1.364 million, and I made back 357k, a 26% return with the most expensive item being 55 curry. So far, nothing too surprising. The loot from these Implings is very poor, and there is a 0% chance you profit from any of these Implings because there are literally 0 items from these Implings that cost more than the Impling itself. Seriously, you can even get a chocolate slice or frog spawn that doesn't sell on the GE. To make your money back on these, it purely relies on clue scroll loot. But take a look at this next one, Earth Implings. They were actually the cheapest out of all the Implings. 500 of these were 748k, even cheaper than baby Implings, but look how much I made back. 672k, a return of 90%. For an Impling, that's really good, and here's why. Fire Talismans. Did you know Fire Talismans are worth 5,500 GP? I didn't either until I opened these Implings, and they're a common drop. You have a 1 in 10 chance of getting one. This drop alone carries the amount you make back, and they're cheap because they have the lowest drop rate out of all the Implings for a medium clue, a 1 in 100 chance. So they're unpopular, but you lose the least amount of money. Kind of interesting. 500 Essence Implings were 926k, and I made back 648k, so a return of 70%. Not as good as Earth Implings, but still not bad. And it's because they also have a talisman worth over 4k, a Mind Talisman, and it's also on the common drop table. I'm telling you, these rune crafters, man. 500 Eclectics cost me 1.49 million, and I made 557k, a 37% return, the most expensive item being 172 oak planks. Pretty bad, but this is mainly because of how popular Eclectics are. They are the most open out of all the Implings because they have the highest rate of medium clues, so the loot from these Implings is pretty cheap because of how much supply there is. Nature Implings were not too much more expensive, 1.519 million for 500, and I made 1.145 million in return, the best item being 5 Torsal Seeds, so in total, a 75% return. Magpie Implings is where the price goes up. 500 of these cost me 8.986 million, but I made 7.3 million GP in return, the most expensive item being 20 Snapdragon Seeds, so that's a return of 81%, and it has the second best hard clue drop rate of 1 in 50. It's a lot better than I was expecting. Ninja Implings cost me 12.5 mil, and I made back 5.46 mil, the most expensive thing being 126 Onyx Bolt Tips, a return of 44%. Not very good. Here's the big one. 500 Dragon Implings cost me 136,545,318 GP, and I made back 58,998,326 GP for a return of 43%. Ouch, but I'm not complaining. In no world should you expect good return on opening Implings. The chance of me profiting off of this many Implings is so statistically small, it's pretty much down there with the chance of me ever making a good quest guide. Pretty much impossible. So in total, I made around 75.7 million GP back from all those Implings, a return of 45% off my initial 166 million investment. If we take Dragon Implings out of the picture though, my return goes up to 56%, so 11% higher. It really shows how much of an impact Dragon Implings have, and you'll see a lot more of this in some of the other stats. So Earth Implings had the best return with 90%, and Young Implings were the worst with 23%. It is kind of interesting though, how much of a role Impling Jars play in getting your GP back from these lower tier Implings. Impling Jars account for 87% of the loot from Baby Implings. With them, Baby Implings get you around 517 GP per Impling. Without the jar, it's only 67 GP. Shout out Impling Jars. So there you have some stuff about the Impling loot, but what about the clue scrolls? Here's how many clue scrolls I got from the Implings, 139 in total, and here's how they broke down. 26 beginner, 31 easy, 23 medium, 43 hard, 11 elite, and 5 master. Young Implings gave me the most clue scrolls with a total of 29, 16 beginner and 13 easy. Ninja Implings gave me the second most with 26, all being hard clue scrolls, and Gourmet the third most with 15, 14 easy clues and 1 master. From these 139 clue scrolls, I made 15,561,241 GP for an average of 112k per clue scroll. Here's how the Implings rank. The 10 beginner and 4 easy clues from Baby Implings made me 126k, the most notable being a red elegant shirt and bare feet, which accounted for a large majority of the total loot. The 6 medium clues from Essence Implings made me 154k, the best drops being Purple Sweets and Great D-High Chaps G. The 6 medium clues from Earth Implings made me a little more with 160k, though the Purple Sweets were really the only good loot from these. Young Implings gave me 29 total scrolls, 16 beginner and 13 easy, but those scrolls only made 249k, the best drops being Lunar Isle and Felda Pills teleport scrolls. 11 medium clues from Eclectics made me 277k, with Purple Sweets and a Zammy page being the most expensive loot. And then all of a sudden, the number rises very high. The next best Impling for me was Ninja. Ninjas gave me 26 hard clues, but they rank only 5th in this loot ranking. 26 hard clues made me 2.35 million, the best drops being Purple Sweets and Morton teleports. The uniques were pretty weak from the Ninja Implings. The 6 hard clues and 1 master clue from Nature Implings made me 2.42 mil, and this was largely due to the Armadil D-Hide boots drop I got, which was worth over 1 million GP. The 11 hards and 2 masters from Magpie Implings made me 2.89 million, where 2 uniques were the most notable drops, 580k for a Zammy D-Hide body and 700k for a Mummy's body. So we have two Implings left, Gourmet and Dragon. One of these is not like the other, but I think you can guess why it's up here. Dragon Implings, which gave me 11 elites and 1 master, come in second place, making me 3.4 million GP, and I got a couple cool drops too. Ranger Gloves worth 882k, and Holy Wraps worth 746k, but Gourmet Implings take the cake. 14 easy clues, and 1 master clue made me 3.6 million GP, and it's because I got the Bucket Helm G from the master clue, worth over 2.5 million. But the loot from the easy clues was actually quite good. Check out all the cool uniques I got that were actually worth a decent amount. A bunch of gilded items, Iron Full Helm, Black Kite Shield, a gold apron, a black skirt. This was just a big money case opening. Unfortunately, this means I did not get third age, but I had fun, and that's way more important, but I would have had a lot more fun if I got third age. So based off these clue scrolls, which Implings gave me the best ROI, the best return of investment? Well, as you can probably guess, Gourmet Implings. Off my initial 1,364,500 GP investment, I made back 3,964,500 GP, which made me exactly 2.6 million, a return of over 190%. A couple of other Implings also made me profit. I profited 1.2 million from the Nature Implings for an ROI of 76.9%. Magpie Implings also made me 1.2 million for an ROI of 13.5%, and because of the price of Fire Talismans, opening Earth Implings profited me 83k, an 11% return. The rest of the Implings, not so hot, but if I had received some better items from some of the clues, they would have put me in the green, like Essence Implings, where I had an ROI of negative 13.4%. 1 gold apron from a clue, and I profit. I lost 4.6 million from Ninja Implings, which were to me the biggest disappointment, especially since I had 26 hard clues. Those lost me 37%. Eclectics were negative 44%, Baby Implings negative 54%, and Young Implings negative 57%. But once again, Dragon Implings just take the cake. I lost 74.1 million GP doing Dragon Implings, which has an ROI of negative 3,747%. Yeah, Wall Street Bets totally lied to me. They were supposed to make bank. Just kidding. All jokes aside, like I've already said, it's expected. So I lost money, but it's okay. It's all for the content. If I do this video again, maybe I get third age and I profit and everyone's happy. If you want to check out the spreadsheet for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description of the video. There's some other cool stats there, like if I was below the drop rate on clue scrolls from the Implings, how much clue scrolls impacted the GP per Impling, and how much Impling jars impacted the percentage of the loot. If any of the math is wrong or I calculated anything incorrectly, my bad. I hate math, but I love stats. It's weird. I like looking at graphs and numbers like this, but I don't like figuring out the degree of an angle. Maybe some of you guys are the same way. I know this video seems really random and seems kind of pointless, and it's because it kind of is, but it was fun. It was kind of experimental, something to test the waters to see if people like it. If you do, let me know in the comments and give the video a like. I might end up doing some more. If you want to see more of my stats videos, check out my video where I made a formula to rank the best and worst RuneScape skills, and my video where I tracked all of my Grand Exchange merches for 20 days. Thanks for watching.